Okay, it's time to complete some bars. Right? We learned how to complete one bar in the last video. We used 2 while loops to do that. We had the robot move up, darkening up to the dark square, and that we called that completing a bar. But we also had our complete bar method not only moved up with a while loop, darkening as it went, but then it moved back down with a while loop and ended up exactly where it started. We can demo that extremely quickly here by saying, let's see, complete bar. So that's the robot completing one bar, and when we move to the next one, we call complete bar again. We'll see it complete the next bar. It'll go up there with one loop, go back down with the second loop, while the first one being while you're not on dark, moving up to that dark square, and the second one being while the front is clear, moving back down until you get to the bottom. So what we want to do now is put all of this together. Complete bars, the big kahuna here. How do we complete all the bars? Well, how many bars are there? I might have to complete a lot of bars. I don't know, looks like maybe 15 bars or something. So, that sounds like I need a loop. While, in fact, we'll get rid of this. Okay, while, and again, I like to write the entire while loop like a fill in the blank, and I recommend you do this too. And then we'll start filling in those blanks. So what is it that I need to do repeatedly? And note, I keep suggesting think about the body of the loop first. I mean, really, you should think about whichever is easier for you to think about. But often I find the body of the loop will be easier to work out than the stopping condition. So what is it that happens repeatedly? Well, I complete a bar. Oh, and note, complete bar is in the same is declared in the same file that I'm calling it from, right? In fact, it's, I believe, right below. Here we go, complete bar. That's the one that completes just one bar. This is the method that's going to complete all the bars. In order to complete all the bars, I'm going to complete one bar repeatedly. And because that's in the same file, I don't need to say the file name. My file name is called bars. I don't need to say file name dot. Java lets me skip the file name if I'm calling a method in the same file. So that's a nice little trick here. And okay, complete a bar. How many times do I? When do I stop completing bars? Let's see. Well, when all the bars are completed. So I guess we could say while not all bars have been completed, and we can write some sort of Boolean test, but that sounds pretty scary. Let's think about this. How do we really know that all the bars are completed? Well, when the robot's done completing bars, it should be at the end of the world, in which case the front will no longer be clear. So we really want to complete bars while the front is clear. So that's an interesting idea, because in a sense, while the front is clear, we're moving along here, and as we go, we complete some bars. Let's give that a try. Yes, I know it's not going to work, but I thought it would be illustrative to see it not work. I believe I have a shortcut for testing this. Yeah, here we go. Test complete bars 1. That's going to load up my world, speed up the robot, and call complete bars. Ready, go. What's happening? What is happening? That robot is trying to complete the same bar over and over and over and over again. And that's a problem. And the robot never realizes it's done completing bars because, oh yeah, oops, I forgot to advance. So I think this is an excellent example of how I can be kind of dumb. No. In fact, you're going to see lovely errors like this all the time now that you start working with loops. But here's an example of my code doesn't make any progress toward changing whether the front is clear, right? Now, the front, it moves around. The front is clear sometimes, it's not clear other times, but Java will handle the entire complete bar routine before it will figure out again if the front is clear. And each time after complete bar, the robot is facing east, so each time the front is clear again. The problem is I forgot to move and make some progress, so we need to move. When should we move? Before or after completing the bar? I think completing the bar and then move probably makes sense to us, right? Let's give that a try. When I hit compile, it will kill that little robot there. And oops, what was it called? Test complete bars 1, I think. And there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Look at those beautifully... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Alright, what went wrong? Well, the front is no longer clear, therefore the robot stopped completing bars. But that's a problem, because when we get to this last bar, we still need to complete it. So that's the same error, same issue we saw previously, which is I need to move one less time than the number of times I complete bars. That tells me complete bar is something that should also happen outside of the loop at the end. Okay, we've seen that before. So we'll compile. I want to see that whole thing run again, and why not? It was such a thing of beauty. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, wow. That is so cool. In fact, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure it complete a different set of bars, because I have a different set of bars handy. Oh, look, it worked. Woohoo! Alright, let's try completing a different set of bars. I don't know that it will look that much different. It's a little different. This is actually the last column, the one that's going slightly off your screen now. And there we go. It completed the bars. And notice it works even when the bar is all the way at the top, even when the bar is already at the bottom. So this is a thing of beauty. Good job, us. Alright, one more thing I want to look at. Uh-oh, stop doing that. One more thing I want to look at. What would happen if we took the code for complete bar, the internals of that method, and instead of calling complete bar, we wrote all of this code. And instead of calling complete bar at the end, that one additional time, we wrote all that code again. So let me select everything, hit tab so it will be indented nicely. So this is the code we just wrote. While the front is clear, turn left. While it's not on dark, make dark, move, turn around. While front is clear, move, turn left, move, turn left. Oh my god, that is a scary bit of code. What does it do? Well, with any luck, it does exactly what it did before. Right? We didn't change the behavior by doing what's called inlining our program, copying the body of one method call in place of the method call itself. But I think I can convince you this is disgusting code. So often, if you find yourself excuse me, in the code we were writing earlier, complete bar, the singular one that completed one bar, I wasn't thrilled with having two loops in the same code. Maybe I should have defined a helper method, one that says, you know, go up and make dark, and the next one is return to the bottom. That might have made this code a little prettier, but it's not terrible seeing a while loop followed by a while loop. On the other hand, when we have a while loop inside a while loop, we would really like to take that inner while loop and turn it into a method call. We don't want to see a while loop within a while loop. That is a hard bit of code to wrap our mind around. And remember, when we write code, yeah, we're very happy that the robot can do what it's supposed to, but what we really want to do is write a program that is understandable to us. Let's see, there we go. I think that's what we had before, right? Something that we can look at and read and understand what it does, and then later maybe we change our mind about what it's supposed to do and what it's going to do and so on. We want to be able to read the program. So definitely strongly recommend that the moment you find yourself starting to write a while loop within a while loop, that tells you probably wanted to declare a method for handling that inner while loop so that you don't see those two while loops at once. Nonetheless, they're there, right? Every time when the front is clear, we do call complete bar, which itself does its own little looping inside of that, right? In fact, we'll see this idea of loops within loops many times in this course and in these videos and in future videos, so we'll get used to that idea. But often we don't want to explicitly see the loop within a loop because the program's much easier to read if we take that inner loop and define a method that captures that idea. Alright, that's pretty much what we need to know about while loops. So I hope that made some degree of sense. Of course, the real fun is solving your own problems using while loops. When you've done that, we'll move on and learn some more. I'll see you there.